in the kitchen. In the goddamn refrigerator. Eating up all the food. I be the car boss. I'm the car that they're youngin' boss. I'm the peppy.
Until you do right by me, everything you think about is gonna crash. You will miss.
Everybody, welcome to another episode of the Afro-Cinematic podcast. I'm your man Jam, and I got my homie Pot with me. What's going on, man?
Not too much.
All right, so this episode we talking about The Best Man. I ain't seen this movie in a minute. Like, it's been a long time since I seen this movie. I forgot how many people was in it. Like, I know that they just released the TV show and everything for it. I completely forgot all everybody that's in it, man, because I love me some damn Nia Long, and Nia Long is in this shit, and I'm like I get it. So what made you pick this one? What about this movie is made it one of your favorites?
The reason why I picked this movie is the black star power that was in the movie.
Strong.
Strong, very strong. And B, it was just and I'm not gonna lie, I felt this movie. I felt it, I felt like Morris Chestnut. I felt like Al Harper had done that to me before.
Dog, this nigga was so foul in this movie, man.
So foul.
So foul, man. Watching it in person and everything, you see you meet Terrence Howard character, right? And I'm like, yo, this nigga got big villain energy. This nigga out here feeling like a full movie villain. But then the more you keep watching the movie, the more you see what shit that's going on. It's like, yo, this nigga Harper is a true villain. This nigga,
right.
He's a true evil out here. He's
right.
a villain in the night.
Man, pretending to be the best man, and all along he had done you wrong.
mess with the wife. I'm like, yo, me and Roberta was talking about it. She was asked because she was confused about a couple parts on it. It was saying yo, so why what's going on? Why everybody so mad? I'm like because it happened so long ago. I'm like, yeah, it happened long ago, but it's just they just finding out right before the wedding. That's the biggest that's the biggest thing. Dude was straight foul. But you're right on the black star power with Terrence Howard in this. Morris Chestnut in this. What's his name? Everybody. Harper's character. His name slipping my mind. But Sanaa Lathan, Nia Long, and it's this Regina Hall first movie. This movie just packed with black star power through and through.
Yes, it is.
And but dudes, we're gonna be talking about the characters. I gotta bring up what's his name? Merch. Dude was lame as hell in the movie. Every time he was talking, I'm like, yo, this nigga's just so fucking corny, dog.
Well, you had to have that one guy.
Dog, it was so funny to me how corny he was in the movie. Every time he was just talking, I'm like, God, nigga, shut up. Nobody want to hear your shit.
One guy, he balanced out the crew.
Had to, and during the scene where I think my favorite scene in the movie had to be the bachelor party. Everything that went on in the bachelor party was my favorite shit, dog. Loved it when they brought the strippers in and everything, and how Regina Hall just turned that nigga Merch out.
She turned him out, man.
Completely.
Turned him out.
To the point he whispered here, do you love me? I'm like, yo.
It reminded me of Harlem Nights when Sunshine came out. That's how he reacted, man.
he couldn't contain it. Like,
Go get him, Candy. No, don't be scared, Mark.
Come on, Daddy. I'm Candy.
Don't be afraid, Mark. Let's go, Merchant Bird. Yo, Merch, we got Shelby on the phone for you.
Do you love me? Oh, yeah, Daddy. Candy loves you.
Shelby.
she walked in, he was done. He like, I'm folded, folded. then when Morris Chestnut beat up Lance beat up Harper.
Right.
That was one of like the best on-screen ass whoopings I think I've seen in a long time. Probably since Terrence Howard beat up Ludacris in Hustle and Flow. Like those got to be something like the best movie ass whoopings I've seen.
Hey, had him over that balcony,
ready to kill him.
it was so real.
Like you felt Tay Diggs, that's the dude name. You felt the fear in that nigga face every time he turned around and seen him. We kept coming after him. Like nigga tried to run on the balcony for help. Like
right.
Just getting his ass beat the whole movie. But like what's your favorite scene in it?
My favorite scene was when Nia Long and Harper was trying to get that moment back. You know?
Uh-huh.
And I felt like Tay Diggs, I know a lot of women probably watch your podcast, so forgive me, ladies, for me sounding like a typical man. But this is Nia Long we talking about.
I said the same shit.
This is Nia Long we talking about. And he should have hit that. He should have hit that.
Listen, I was watching I'm watching it with my wife right next to me. And I'm like, when Nia Long character told him like, I want to get with you tonight. When I told her, I looked at Roberta dead in her eyes like I would have folded. Like that's Nia Long.
That's what I'm saying.
That's Nia Long. Like she's been
that.
like this. I don't know what order I'm gonna release this, but this is like the third movie that I've done with Nia Long in it. So like everybody that's gonna be watching the show gonna know I got a deep love for fucking like Nia Long. So yeah, it would have been it folded. like no question. Like she knew. I gotta keep like making sure Roberta know, because at any point in time in my life, if I ever cross paths with Nia Long, I'm folding. Like,
you gotta get that free pass.
That's it. Like I needs that one.
Yeah, I just felt like he should have took her up on that offer.
But yeah, he was trying to.
Out there.
Like he was trying to. He was like, shit. Like he ain't tell his girl. He ain't shit, but he ain't tell his girlfriend I love her on the phone when she was there and everything. He wasn't shit for that. But like, you know, when Nia Long was coming, he was trying. Like he was getting drunk at the party, thinking about it. Like he was ready.
He was ready, but then he got there, and I don't care who would have beat me up. None of that. Nothing would have stopped me from hitting that.
Agree. Same. I was about to be like, I wasn't gonna let the ass whooping stop it. Like,
yeah.
I wasn't gonna let the ass whooping
stop me at all. In fact, it would have made me feel better.
Like, you know, I got my ass beat, almost died tonight, but shit, I smashed Nia Long. Life is good. Like, I'm making it. Like I was thinking back to like my favorite scenes, which was wild to me, that when they brought like the strippers in and everything, it was so out of place to me that they had a pimp. Well, I was like, what's the fucking point? Like of having like the pimp like in the movie and everything. The shit was funny though.
It was.
Like which character is your favorite to you?
To me, overall, Terrence Howard's character was my favorite character. He was my favorite character because he was laid back and he was smooth with his stuff. You know, it was like he was putting Harper out there every chance he got.
Every chance he got.
Every chance he got, he was doing it solo key. You know what I'm saying? Like he was trying to get Morris Chestnut to pick up on Lance. We call him Lance. That's his name in the movie. He was trying to get Lance to pick up on them subtle hints. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, like he was the low key villain of the movie. Like he was
definitely the low key villain.
he was the low key. He was the minor villain, like in the movie. Harper is definitely like the main villain in this.
And how he low key scooped up your boy's girl.
Yeah. Yeah, got merch girl at the end.
Got her at the end.
But I haven't seen the Best Man Holiday or the like I said, like the new series that came out. So I wonder if they can get together.
Best Man Holiday. The Holiday,
Mm-hmm.
it wasn't the original, but it was okay. You know, it had its moments. You know, I got kind of teared up a little bit when because Monica Calhoun, she ended up having cancer, and you know.
Oh yeah, I know that part of it. Yeah. Oh yeah, I forgot. Yeah, she in this movie. I think her first movie was the Players Club.
Yeah, it was Players Club.
Yeah, so Black Hollywood full effect, like affecting this one. Like watching it, like it's been a long time since I've seen this one. I do think it still hold up. Like some parts it was a little overacted to me, but that's just part of the thing. Like it's an older movie, but like I still enjoyed it. Like I still got a lot of decent laughs out of it. You know, I understood the emotional beats. I liked when they're at the altar, when Lance and everything's like at the altar, and he's saying his vows to Mia, and he keep getting flashbacks, like the thoughts in his head.
Oh yeah,
yeah. I was like,
fired up, boy.
Man. Every time, like when those flashbacks going, I was like, damn, like I couldn't take it.
Mia, my darling, my love, as I stand here beside you this day, know that there is nothing greater than love. For God is love. And having faith in you and belief in our love makes life worth living. And as I stare upon your angelic face, I am made whole today. A man with a higher purpose. For a woman's virtue is a man's greatest glory.
I don't know what I would have did in that situation. You know?
Yeah, I was just about to ask you, what would you have done in that situation?
And that's just
me
like,
personally, I don't know. Like
that's tight,
I don't know. It would have been tough.
It would have been tough because I felt him, because like he has said early in the movie, like he said he felt like he deserved it. Like if she's like cheated on him, like he wouldn't have been that mad. He would like had to like get over it. It's just the fact of who it was, you know, like that she cheated with, and that nobody came clean about it, you know, for that long. And this nigga extra greasy for like putting it out in the book first. Like instead of talking to me about it and everything, you gonna put it in the book first. Like I definitely would have slid his ass in the church. Like I had to beat his ass like in the church. He had to catch a couple extra ass whoopings, you know. Like I'd have got over it. I would have got over it. You know, I would have probably still went on like with the wedding. But Cuz would have got his ass beat a couple times. He definitely would have been standing next to me as the best man. Like that definitely wouldn't happen.
Yeah. We would have had to reevaluate that best man.
Yeah. we'd have had to call an audible among the groomsmen. Like, hey, girl, like you hold the rings now. like this nigga's out.
He out, you in.
I'd have to beat that nigga ass at least one more time, like minimum.
Yeah, it's I mean, it was a overall a very good movie to me. Like I said, the Black Star Power was it was there, and it was a relatable movie. Like that could really happen. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, like I
mean,
like the flashback with Harper and Nia Long when they was just dancing in like the dorm room, like and everything. Like that felt like a real, like some real couple shit and everything that's going on. Like the dialogue between everybody, felt real. Like despite me have my big ass crush on Nia Long, I do feel like her acting was like the best, like in this. Like from doing this podcast and seeing so many like her movies, is definitely like appreciating her more as an actress, because she was really good in this. Yeah, like her character was really good. I just couldn't stand Merch's character. He came across too corny for me. That was the issue.
Yeah, I think they overdid it with his lines or his parts in the movie, but I think he had the rest of the cast carry him so well, that it didn't take away from the movie.
Yeah, agree.
Because they carried him so well.
Agree. And I do got to double down on the fact that I would have folded if Nia Long came up on me, especially seeing like Sanaa Lathan's character. I don't know, man. Like I ain't like how she was talking, like she was how she was dressing at the wedding. You see everybody all dressed up to the T-ends and everything, and you got Sanaa Lathan in there looking like she in a middle school dance. I'm like, dog, what is you wearing? Like what are you out here embarrassing me, dog? I'm like,
a middle school dance.
I'm like, this why I'm folding with Nia Long. Like, like that's why she got me folding. Like, cause she out there with that little young ass tube top and like little purple like skirt and shit. Then there's like another scene where they showed her on the phone before when he didn't say I love you back to her. They show what she was wearing. She was wearing like fucking like Cabbage Patch Kids dress and shit. I'm like, nah. Like you ain't even trying. Like you don't want it. Like you don't want me like that. Like meanwhile, Nia Long out here trying to give me an interview, trying to boost up my book. She out here telling me she want it right now. I'm like, shit, I'm folded. I'm sorry.
Wow.
If it was anybody else, outside of Nia Long, I'm holding strong. Nia Long coming around, my knees is a little weak. I ain't gonna front.
I get you. Yeah, I get you.
Like the casting director knew what the hell they was doing, man.
They did.
I feel like too that Morris Chestnut after this movie, I feel like Morris Chestnut believed he was Lance in every other movie that he's been in. I feel like he just after this he was like, yeah, you know what? This is me now. And just every other movie see him in, this is who he reverts back to. Like he don't think he not trying to give other characters no nuance. He like God, family, football. Like that's it.
God,
that's this
family,
nigga.
Football.
That's this nigga ever since this movie, man. Man, I wonder what other roles what's you say her name? Monica Calhoun was in like outside of like The Best Man, like a franchise, because I don't think we really ever seen her like too much other stuff.
I think she was in a couple of other movies after The Best Man. I got one in my head. I just can't think of the name of the movie. It's not coming to me right now. But she didn't play in a whole lot of roles after that. But she do have a couple more under her belt. Yeah. For sure that I know of.
Yeah, the only other one I can really think of outside of Players Club, I know she did another movie with Lisa Ray. It was supposed to be like some type of like Western film or some shit like that. but
Yeah, with
I can't
a
remember.
all-female cast.
Yeah, I just can't remember like the name of it. Yeah, it slips my mind. But too, while we was watching it, Roberta brought up a point, and I definitely like felt it. Was like, don't propose at my damn wedding. Like that shit would have had me fired, like fired up. Like
That's
especially you
corny
can't,
too, man.
man, don't do that. Like don't do that shit.
Yeah,
Especially
that's
after
corny.
all the drama nigga caused. Like don't do that shit, man.
Right. Trying to steal the thunder. You taking away
Mm-hmm.
from somebody else's day when you do that. Somebody
Exactly.
else's special day. You don't do
Exactly.
that.
See that then cuz would have got slid a third time. You know, like we'd have constantly been fighting. You know, it'd have been constant fights, you know, going on. Matter of fact, speaking about fights and like fights and weddings and shit. At my wedding, like for the people like that is watching, you know, that don't know, like Pop was in my wedding. He's a part of my wedding party.
Thank you very much for letting me be in it.
Always at the reception, right? My wife's brother was reaching across the table to like dap me up and everything, like say congratulations and say shit like that, you know, niceties and everything. But I didn't notice him at first. So when I looked over and seen him doing it, I'm thinking like, oh, he looked like he was trying to sneak me. So I was about to get ready to fight. So it took me a little bit like to catch on like what's going on. Like so then I dapped him up and shit. Then I was telling like Roberto, I'm like, yo, like I started telling her what was going on, what I was thinking. I'm like, I'm so glad that you know I didn't just immediately react because I got Chauncey right next to me, my brother right next to me, and I got Pop right across right next to this nigga. Like if I knew if I would have started swinging, like that'd have been
would have
it.
went
It
down.
would have went down. It would have been too bad. Like
It
everything would have happened too
down.
quick.
Too quick.
I was like, I got all my niggas with me. It'd have been bad. Like wrong place, wrong time.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I'm thinking about this film too, knowing that it came out right at the end of the 90s. Like it came out with like 99. And most of the other movies that like I've done so far have came out in like within the 90s. And one thing that connects them all is a good ass soundtrack.
Yeah.
But this one, I wanted to hear more record drops. I want to hear some more like classic songs into it because I think just from doing the show, I got so used to like hearing like some good ass soundtracks. I wanted to hear some more. I want to hear some more of them. I think they had like a couple, but like the soundtrack wasn't as big as like some of like the other like films. It's contemporary.
Yeah, I get
Mm-hmm.
you on that.
Mm-hmm. All right, man. You got any other points you want to like talk about this one? I think I went through all my notes.
No, I think that's about it.
All right, cool. And then I got a couple questions I asked everybody that come up on the show. Like the first one is going to be out of the list of movies that every Black person should see. What movie would you put on that list? And it can't be this one. It can't be The Best Man.
Ooh. A movie that I think everybody should see.
Mm-hmm. It's a tough one.
It's very tough.
Mm-hmm.
There's a lot of good films out there.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, the movie every black person should see. Like Fridays made it to the list. That's a lot of people's go to. But I want to see some other ones though. It's a tough one.
Yeah, it is. I'm over here really thinking about that. That is a very good question. I don't want to take up too much of your time, but I do want to give it some legit thought.
Mm-hmm. Be a legitimate one. Like one of mine that I think I'm gonna put on there. I'm gonna add to the list. Is probably Set It Off. Set it off his mind. Yes, Set It Off his mind.
Class. You know what I think every Black person should see? Menace to Society.
That's a good one, dude. That's a good one. That movie is wild. Like the niggas, like, the shit that was going on. Like O-Dog was just he was the menace to society. This nigga was a pure villain. Like because before I seen Menace to Society, I seen the parody movie with the Wayans brothers.
Yeah,
like,
Don't Be a Menace.
Yeah, I seen that one first. So I had like a skewed vision of what I thought the movie was gonna be. But then when I seen the real movie, man, I'm like, yo, these niggas out here wild and niggas getting robbed in the drive-through. I was dying laughing. I'm like, yo.
It was very dog. It was very wild. He robbed my man in the drive-through, jacked him for his car, his rims, and a double burger with cheese.
That movie, man, just like O-Dog, he just ain't give a fuck, man. Like
about nothing.
Like just murdering broad daylight, just walking about like he ain't just kill people and shit. Like he did not fucking care.
He didn't.
I'm like, yo, like he the type of nigga that you gotta be glad he your friend. Like that he ain't gonna fuck with you.
Yeah.
Be
glad he your friend.
Yeah, it's definitely a good one. It's one of those scared straight movies too. Like,
pretty much.
That's what it's like. Its purpose was. All right, and now I ask everybody like give me their top 3, and I do like a random like category. Like one I did like give me your top 3 like movie villains, or I want like top 3 like one of your top 3 like black actors or whatever. So for this one, let me get your top 3 movie soundtracks.
Ooh, top 3 movie soundtracks. Top 3 movie soundtracks.
Because them 90s, especially the late 90s, them boys was hitting.
I know they was banging in the 90s.
Them boys was hitting.
Top 3. New Jersey Drive soundtrack.
All right. I don't think I've seen that.
It's an all right movie, man. I go with Juice.
Juice is good. And you got Tupac in the movie, so man, it's about nigga DJ, and like you can't go wrong with that. Juice is good.
And
who you got last pick?
Murder Was the Case soundtrack.
Ooh, that one was good. You got two ones featuring Tupac on it. I really wish that like Tupac lived longer, man. Like, because he was really getting into his acting bag, man. I wanted to see more stuff from him. Because in Juice, he was so good, man. Like, man, like yeah, that's probably my favorite role of his. Like him as Bishop in Juice, man. Like, I love that scene. Go ahead.
No, I was just gonna say that they did a documentary I was watching on TV, and they seen he really took to that role. Like when they said cut, he was still in the Bishop role. So
yeah, like,
I definitely thought he gave it his all.
Man, like when he walked that scene, like when he walked up to the other guy, like in the I think it was like at school, he's like, you told me I was crazy before. I'm like, you was right. Like, I'm crazy. And I don't give a fuck. I'm like, yo, this nigga wild. like he's out here wild. And like he's a fucking problem.
Yeah, he was.
Yeah, then like when there was in the what was it, the elevator, when he was saying like, what you gonna kill me? Nigga pulled out the gun like, yes. Like,
yeah, you know what I'm saying?
As a matter of fact, I am.
As a matter of fact.
As a matter of fact, I am. I think I shall.
You must have thought that the people was gonna prohibit him from shooting.
Like,
but he was wrong.
Like, you forgot the previous line where I said, I don't give a fuck.
Right.
Yeah, all right. This has been another episode of the Afro-Cinematic Podcast. I'm your man, Jam. All right, probably anywhere you want to tell the people to follow you or anything?
I'm really not up and running like that, but when I do get up and running like that, I gladly come back and do another podcast show with you and
Most
drop
def.
my information.
Most def. Like staying low key the way to be. All right, it's been another episode, and we out.